Good morning. Just a short, stick a pin. Michelle here. There's another reset. I did a video on the Ghanaian reset. Being in Ghana is a reset. There's another way I felt I was reset. With the search and research when I was coming, about Ghana, you once you touch Ghana, things are African pop up in your algorithm and so I went down the Ibrahim Traore um rabbit hole, still down there. Um, but there are a number of things that became firm in my mind about Africans or journey and so on. Another reset I had was a spiritual and biblical one. And what that means is there are a number of things you question. Um, Only one of them I'm going to mention because I'm still down that rabbit hole. There are things that I'm still learning, still that I'm researching. And some person have a problem with AI and so on. I have a kind of problem with them too, but they have the uses, right? And when I search, I don't just ask things. I ask about the things I know. So, for example, it would say if I just ask a question directly, who wrote the New Testament? What language? I'd say in Greek. But there's a way to ask it for it. I remember the first time I did that. It the response I'd have to go back and check. But the response I did it first one way. Um and it said the New Testament was written in Greek. But then when I asked it a different way, the same AI, it said when it was translated from, and it told you the language. So there's a way to ask questions of these various AI generated tools, and you get, answers. When I want certain research questions biblically, I make sure to ask them to refer to ancient Hebrew texts and whatever, and that is how they tell you. And then, of course, there's a thing of using the original name for the Most High and the Son and His Son, and so on. But the point of this is there's also that reset, the spiritual reset and the biblical reset. And my consistent question is, if everyone knows that the Bible was tampered with, my mother always said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So we can't embrace everything in the Bible, but we can't um, throw out everything in there either. And there are some persons here who are throwing everything out. The dilemma is which part is truth, which part was tampered with. I'm still working on that one and my solution for that.